Okay, everybody, it's time now to discuss our lesson sentence by sentence. The first sentence says, on the morning of homecoming, a big parade is held. Homecoming will take place usually on a Friday, and the game will be Friday night. So on the morning of homecoming, there will be a parade. It says a parade will be held. You could also say a parade will take place.
That's right. And everyone in the town gathers to watch this parade. Now, most of you have probably attended parades. I have, a lot of them actually. There are a lot of people that stand by the sides of the street, and then you're watching people like bands and floats parade or go up and down the street. Now, a float is a very special thing that you'll see in parades. It's usually a big vehicle that's been decorated. Sometimes they use balloons, and sometimes they're very special and they use flowers, which is really cool. So people will be on floats, and two very particularly important people are on those floats for homecoming. That's the homecoming king and the homecoming queen.
Right, and of course that's a very special time when the homecoming king and queen pass on a float. They will wave to the crowd, which means they'll move their hands back and forth to say hello to people. And of course they will be on a very colorful float. Colorful means it just has a lot of colors.
Now, when you say the word wave, we're using it here as a verb to mean you move your hand back and forth like Tom demonstrated. But wave can mean other things too. It's our word power word. Let's listen to some more explanation.
Word power. Hi everyone, and welcome to Word Power. Our word for today is wave. Today, we read that the homecoming king and queen happily waved to the crowd. Wave is a verb that means to raise your hand and move it from side to side. Usually, people will wave to someone as a way to say hello or goodbye to them. Sometimes, people will also wave their hands to instruct a person to move a few steps to their right or left. As a noun, wave can also mean a feeling or idea that many people share. For example, the crowd felt a wave of excitement when their team scored the winning goal. A wave can also describe the liquid movement, such as a wave in the ocean. That's it for Word Power today. Thanks a lot for listening.
And of course, again, the king and the queen are waving happily to the crowd as if they were royalty. Royalty just refers to somebody in the royal family, as if they were kings and queens, like Prince Charles or something like that.
Yeah, but they're not real royalty, of course, although in my school, at least, the homecoming king and queen wore crowns, so they looked cool. Well, later in the afternoon that day, there's also something called a tailgate party, which means you meet out in the parking lot by your cars and you barbecue different kinds of meat and just have a good time before the football game actually begins.
Right, so some cars open up in the back, like a station wagon or something, so that would be the gate or tailgate of a car.
Or a truck.
Or a truck, or maybe a van or something. So, of course, you can have all your drinks and food there, and it's a tailgate party. It can be a lot of fun, and, of course, it will often take place in the parking lot, probably outside the stadium.
Yeah, that's where it usually happens. Now, it's called a pre-game celebration, meaning it happens before the game starts, and it's a lot of fun. The students and the alumni can chat. Remember, alumni means graduates of a particular school. So current students and students who graduated long ago can get together and chat about what's been going on. And here are some of the foods they eat. They eat the barbecued food, they drink hot chocolate, lots of good stuff.
Exactly. Maybe some other things too, and hamburgers. But once the game begins, all eyes are on the field. Of course, you'll play a football game, or at least an American football game, on a field, and all eyes will be on the field. Everybody will be watching the game with great excitement.
Now, for the high school athletes, playing in a homecoming game is a very special experience. It's really kind of cool. You know, they really want to win the homecoming game. They're still playing another high school, so it's a game that counts for the state championship, at least in the United States. But they want to do well because a lot of old friends are back in town.
It's a good time because they can celebrate these things. And we'll continue talking about this celebration called homecoming in just a couple of minutes. But right now, we're going to listen to our Chinese teacher.